You know, so many of our friends and neighbors are coping with the loss of a loved one because of this virus. That loss is being felt even more as we now move through the holiday season. New at 6 tonight, Ed Riley speaks with two families who are facing this struggle.
I lost my dad, who was the strongest man I've ever known.
SHAWN is stunned at how quickly COVID-19 took his 72-year-old father, James.
So many of us want to hug each other. So many of us want to just, hold each other and care.
SHAWN has not been able to see his father in person in the Schofield residence in Kenmore since March and was preparing to drop off food for him on Thanksgiving evening.
I spoke with my father. He said that he wasn't feeling well and he didn't want dinner.
The Air Force veteran and music fan's condition quickly deteriorated as he tested positive for the virus, and by early Saturday morning, James had died.
This thing he had no chance against.
His son is reminding families with someone in a nursing home to make sure end-of-life decisions are made.
Know exactly what your loved one wants done when the time comes, because as I found out, it can hit you like a ton of bricks in a matter of hours.
It's awful because it came out of nowhere.
When 74-year-old Vietnam veteran Walter MONAHAN died in March, he was one of the first to succumb to COVID-19 locally.
It's been a nightmare. I've been talking with a grief counselor, which I highly recommend.
Valerie MONAHAN was married to Walter for 50 years. She said support from family, friends, and church helped her through.
Was very helpful.
The Kenmore woman is now devoting herself to calling others going through the same thing.
And sometimes they don't need to tell you anything. They just need to know that you're on the other end of the line.
With the holidays coming and more restrictions on gatherings, survivors can feel isolated and forgotten.
I think that's huge. I mean, I think that's because we have certain rituals that we're accustomed to.
Based on personal experience, Valerie believes the best way to help is to act without asking.
Just say, I'm going to come over and I'm going to shovel your walk. Or I'm leaving a bag of groceries on your step.
Both SHAWN and Valerie plan to make donations on behalf of their deceased loved ones, but they're also reminding the public that COVID-19 is not to be taken lightly.
Every time I put my head to my pillow and try to close my eyes, I'm thinking of him being in the room by himself.
We lost a lot when we lost him.
Ed Riley, 7 Eyewitness News.